Hi guys, how's it going? I'm DK.
I'm Rizzo.
And I'm Zero, and today in Anime Reaction we watched the 9th episode of Alderamin on the Sky.
If you want to check out our reaction to the 9th episode of Alderamin on the Sky, hit that link in the description below.
And be sure to give us feedback in the comment section because we love hearing from you.
And as always, if you like what you see, subscribe to Otaku Saga, and don't forget to like and share our videos.
And thanks for watching. Alright, so this time on Alderamin on the Sky. Well, we start off with, Eita
And company.
Eita and company rendezvousing with the old first lieutenant, now captain.
Provisional.
And basically he gives out a very, very bad battle plan.
Well, actually, he's correcting a very, very bad battle plan.
Yeah, it's the lieutenant general who had a really bad battle plan. The lieutenant general basically called for not only for them to burn down all the villages, but also slaughter all the people.
And have every...
wholesale genocide.
Yeah, have every platoon separated by at least 100 miles, so reinforcements...
100 kilometers.
100 kilometers, yeah. So getting reinforcements to a place, impossible.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Dumb.
Stupid. Explains a lot.
Certainly fits with his World War I mustache.
Right.
Ouch.
And then I think that matters only get worse because they end up pressing whoever's left into basically one area, and that one area is just gonna kind of get bottled up, I guess. It's gotta go somewhere, right?
So you're talking about like this, they're like cornering the Sanak and then they're gonna like fight back, or?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Most likely what's gonna happen.
I think the idea was to corner them and finish off their army.
Yeah, but you know what they say about cornered rats.
Cornered animals.
Cornered animals in general. Yeah.
Don't corner people. Yeah, so Eita and company are tasked for the easy jobs.
Easy jobs. Also probably the jobs that nobody else wanted to do.
Initially, he is given the orders to start bonfires.
Which is code for burn down the villages.
Ouch.
And get everyone to hate your guts.
Fortunately, the captain was able to convince the lieutenant general to not kill the civilians. So instead, they marched with the civilians back to a central location for them and set up a tent city for them.
Yep. And then, of course, while they're setting up where people are going to be staying, everybody hates Eita because he is the commander of the company that burnt their village down. And then marched their happy asses away from their village. So a hot-headed child throws rocks and starts
Fighting.
attempting to attack Eita.
In all the ways he could, really.
Yeah. Eita ended up flicking the kid in the nose. Probably a little too hard. Probably didn't mean to do it that way. But in comes our man Iskandar.
Damn. Just fucking laid him out.
How dare you lay your hand on a child?
Lawful good. Oh my god.
Lawful good. No stupid with this one.
Yep.
Lawful good.
Lawful amazing.
Well, he did really good. He managed to make the villagers like him as a person, which made it a lot easier to get the job done.
Yep.
Pull out the ultimate good cop, bad cop routine, and no one even knew about it. Not even Eita.
Eita didn't know about it. Iskandar didn't know about it.
No one did.
Hell, the chick who was all up for defending Eita she had no clue that Eita was like, it's actually a good thing. Just calm down.
Turned out all right.
Calm down.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
It actually probably turned out better than it would have if that kid had never attacked him.
yeah.
Yeah. Stewing resentment, and that never ends well, especially with a large group of people who have been displaced by war. Yeah.
And it really does play, it really does play that good cop, bad cop, because Eita was the one who was burning their village. He understands he's in no position to be telling these people what to do.
Yeah.
I mean, he has it in these people's minds that the only way that they're going to do things is through violence. And despite Eita attempting to pass around living arrangements to all these families, he is attempting to do it with a smile. He is attempting to do it with kind of lightheartedness and kind of bring the mood up. But there's no way he can.
Well, some asshole comes through and burns your house down. I think you're going to be mad at him.
Yep.
Yeah, just maybe.
So thanks, Iskandar. Which just makes the rest of this episode all the more harder.
Yeah, that's about the only thing that goes right in this episode.
Yep.
So, fair warning.
Well, there was that excellent comedy section.
Oh, God.
There was that. Never mind.
Respect the lonely warrior.
We'll just leave it at that.
That was
Definitely
absolutely
don't want to
amazing.
spoil that scene. That scene was excellent.
That was epic.
But yeah, as we go forward, we are now marching through the cliffs to, I guess, the final destination.
And you have the company captain and Torway talking over a possible ambush, so announce it before it even happens. I think I'm seeing a pattern here with this week's anime.
I was actually really surprised that the mountain people had rifles.
Right?
That doesn't seem to be something that they should be able to get their hands on.
Especially since it's rifles. Like they were across a nice big chasm, probably shooting down at some sort of angle, just to make sure that they can get a little more.
And in last week's episode, it was kind of explained that at this time in the world, it's a very new technology. So you wouldn't expect mountain villagers to have them.
I wouldn't be surprised if these mountain people were supported by another military.
Definitely.
Like maybe the government of Kyoka.
The ones opposing the Keshvarnians.
The country from the very beginning of the series.
Yep.
They do seem to be adequately technologically advanced.
Yeah.
Certainly interesting. But yeah, we're given a march down a very treacherous road. A road that I probably wouldn't go anywhere near. Like I'd probably try to find different routes other than this one road.
The narrowness of that road reminds me of the Highway of Death in Bolivia.
Right? Absolutely horrible.
If you ever read about that, yeah, very narrow, very high up, and there's nowhere to go.
Yep.
So naturally, it's a perfect place to get flanked, which is what happens.
And right before that, Eita was like, "Hey, we need to protect our flanks here. They can still attack us. I don't know how, but still have that feeling."
Well, as we see in the episode, they attack, with arrows from above, with rifles from across the way, and then they have people basically rappel down onto them, and then also some people that climb up the side of the cliff.
So every possible dimension they're being attacked from. The only other place they could get flanked is if, like, the drill people from Gurren Lagann came in from the cliff walls.
And,
Yours is the drill that'll pierce Iskandar.
Too soon, bro.
Too soon?
Too soon.
Never.
So as we continue with this ambush, Let's see, redhead, I forgot what her name was.
Yatori.
Yatori ends up getting into a one-on-one match with the, I guess, leader, princess something, of the Synax, and finds out that she has what's basically the jet propulsion of a 3D maneuvering gear.
That's also used to fire a miniature air gun as well.
Which is actually really cool.
That was pretty cool. And it helps with a really... her fighting style reminds me a lot of, actually, Voldo from Soul Calibur.
Has no problem freaking standing on his feet. And she's dancing around on the tips of her blades. Oh my god. Oh, those poor blades. Never stick your points into the ground. Don't do it.
Just don't do it.
They're not designed for that. But in the end, she ends up figuring that out. By the way, the martial arts that she was doing was fantastic. Like, that looked gorgeous.
Yeah, that whole fight scene between the Synax chief and Yatori.
And then the assassins, who I guess are a separate part. It doesn't seem like they were actually corresponding with the Synax.
Yeah, they said they wanted to use the Synax attack as a cover.
Yeah.
So they could be collaborating, could be a separate force. Mysterious, shadowy organization.
Anyway, they were trying to kill the lieutenant general.
And him alone. I made that perfectly clear.
Yeah. Which is kind of interesting because the entire platoon is splayed out. The lieutenant colonel, lieutenant general, is way up front, which is kind of silly. But they end up coming up the rear.
Yeah, they hit it from like the rear flank, really. Like, I mean, they came from really far back in the line. If they were only aiming for the lieutenant general, then even if the army passed them before the attack started, they should have moved, I guess, laterally along the cliffs if they could.
Yeah.
And pop out right in front of them.
Yeah, because they were just asking for counterattacks.
Yep.
Which is what they got.
Courtesy of our man, Iskander.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Who ended up getting his throat slit because he thought they
were going to shoot at him, and they ended up coming in underneath because he couldn't see because he was blocking with his big blade. He couldn't see him come up from underneath, and they got him.
So yeah, that was and that more or less brought an end to the conflict there. After the princess was beaten by Haru and
No, by Yatori.
Yatori. How bad.
Haru couldn't beat anything.
Poor Haru. But yeah, Yatori beat the princess. She takes off. Yatori tries to catch the assassins, but the assassins take off, and everybody else more or less disperses. And that's pretty much where we end with our company, with Eita's company, trying to calm down from it all, but still marching forward.
We also see the princess limping back towards home now that her spirit has died. And she says that she's going to be home soon, then comes around the corner and everything's on fire.
It went home. That's pretty bad.
Yep.
So there's probably going to be a hell of a backlash, and
Oh, very much so. I mean, as if she didn't hate the Keshvarnian army before, certainly does now.
I do wonder, is the place where they're holding all the Synax behind them? Is that what?
Probably, yeah. It's probably well behind lines.
Because now they have to go back through that area to get back to base. That's
Maybe. I mean, it's probably pretty far behind lines.
yeah. But the way that they had that map splayed out, it looked like there was only one or two ways to get out of that area.
I wouldn't think that they'd put it in an area that they'd have to travel through, but there's also probably other forces that are there guarding that area too, so
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to see
I wouldn't
next time.
worry too much about it. Anyway, so let us know what you thought of the anime, what you thought of our reaction in the comment section below.
Yep, thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't.
But that's going to do it for this episode of Anime Reaction. I'm DK.
I'm Zero.
And I'm Rizzo.
See you next time.